In this video, we're talking about virtual team building. Oh, the joys. Welcome to the channel Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help new managers become better leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. And if you are a new or a new-ish manager and you're really trying to be a leader, I highly recommend you subscribe. Listen, I'm not trying to be biased, but we've got some pretty good stuff on this channel. Consider subscribing, or wait till the end of the video and let me prove you need to be a subscriber. So anybody that's spent any time on this channel knows that I hate the idea of icebreakers. I can get behind team building. I think that's really good at building teams. But this whole idea of being on a Zoom call and having an after work happy hours or having a virtual team building assignment, it doesn't fit right with me. And I didn't know how to express that properly until I read this article in Inc. magazine, and I'm going to link it in the description, so if you need, check it out. But here's the thing. They said what I say, or at least what I feel, that the best leaders, they don't waste their time on virtual team building exercises. What would you say is a team building exercise? The one that the author of the article talks about is how, as a group, and this is in person, as a group, they had to make a cardboard box. Okay, we're in grade 2 craft period apparently, but they had to grab magazines and cut out pictures and put pictures on the outside of the box. And this is stuff that your team kind of already knows about you. It's your outer shell. It's to define the person that you show everybody. And then the idea is what goes in the box. This is personal stuff, things that people don't know about you. And it's almost like I wrote this article because whoever did, this person, what's their name? Jeff Hayden. We need to be friends. Because Jeff's perspective was, it comes time to share, and it's, Jeff, it's your turn. So he shares what's on the outside of the box because that's what his coworkers know of him. And then it comes time to, let's share what's in your box. And no. Well, the idea is to share so that people know stuff about you that they wouldn't already know. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sharing that because I don't want them to know. They don't need to know. I'm going to have colleagues that I am close to or close with, and they will have some of that information, but only what I want to share. And I only want to share what I want to share. You can't put me in a room and have me want to share more with people I don't want to share these details with. To me, this makes perfect sense. So then the article goes on to say how, yes, team building exercises can work great for building your team when you are like mountain climbing, or you go on a retreat together and you build memories that are natural because you're accidentally falling down, you're being silly in front of people, and they're starting to see the real you outside of the confines of an office or a work environment. And that is 100% natural. That's a given. But when you put a camera in front of people and say, let's get to know each other, it's awkward. It doesn't work the way you want it to work. Because unless you have a team that's already connected, so let me preface that where if your team's connected and you guys just miss each other, I get that. That's a natural conversation. I do that with friends. My wife and I will have Zoom conversations. Once the kids are in bed, we'll chat. We already know each other. We already have these things that we share. But with colleagues that are, let's say, a new team and you're trying to develop a closer team, having these people sit in front of their camera and try to share things is not natural. And according to the author, Jeff, it's not going to work. So now you're going to say, well, great, Mike, you told me what's not going to work. Well, now what? Here's the thing. As the leader, you can still do one-on-ones. It's not a forced, let's hang out and be friends and share things. It's let's have a one-on-one coffee break, whatever you want to call it, but it's you and your employee. Have that become a natural way to communicate and get to know them, and then help that person become a better team member. And when you do this with each team member, oh my goodness, you're building a better team. Doesn't that seem more natural to you? Doesn't that seem more authentic? Because here's the thing, when we put people in fake environments, we get fake people. When you allow people to be authentic, then you have an authentic environment. You have an authentic work comes out. Now, when you're one-on-one meetings, you can suggest that your employees, your team, also have one-on-one meetings. If you have a department that needs to work together, make sure you encourage them to get on a Zoom call, get on a Google Meets or whatever we're using these days. Clearly I'm using Zoom, but have them have these one-on-ones. It's not to get to know them, but at the same time, if you schedule these one-on-ones within your team, by default, you start to get to know people. By default, you can kind of see, without being nosy, but you can see what's in the background, what is going on in their world, and you start to get a better understanding. So just let me re-emphasize. Virtual coffee breaks and virtual team building exercises have been proven. I'm pointing to my computer over here, but you're going to see the link in the description. They have been proven to not do what you think they're going to do. So remember this when you plan on these things. Don't. Put your efforts into your one-on-ones. Put your efforts into building a solid employee. Not that you can just make them, but help them develop. Give them the tools, the resources, your attention, so that they can develop. And when you develop each individual team member, you develop the team. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to my email list, because I've got a free ebook for you. I don't know why I feel like I'm leaning in, but I've got a free ebook for you. 14 things that I wish I knew before I was a manager, so I wanted to share them with you. So sign up to the email list, download your free copy, get your coffee, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Ciao.